With First Word News, a Southwest Airlines
All right,
jet
traders, welcome to today's recap. This is Christian Promert's Traffic and Trade Group, and this is your recap for Tuesday, April 17th. And geez, what a big move today. Netflix was the catalyst today. Really got the momentum names going, got them all cooking today. Even besides just the FANG stocks, I'll go through some of the action where there was some really good strength in this market today, but some big outsized moves. And so just I've got the ISRG chart up here after hours. Another big move to the upside. This is going to be hopefully another winner in the Tribeca Trade Group. Earnings plays. I think I'm 4 for 4 now for earnings. So at this point, you should not follow me in any earnings trades. It's been a while since I've been straight 4 for 4 on earnings plays, but I've done some really good trades. We went long swap. We went long synthetically long Netflix. I sold put spreads. What was the other play I did today? UNH, I went long that. I went long ISRG, and I've got one more. I'm long Microsoft, Morgan Stanley for tomorrow. I think the banks have gotten beaten up, and I think Morgan Stanley's best of breed. Good, I think, opportunity to buy that on the dip. So we'll see what that does tomorrow. So yeah, pretty nice so far. So yeah, so let's go through. You know, like I said, Netflix was the catalyst, but and the best performing sector ETF was the FDN. If you're not familiar with this ETF, this is the Internet ETF. Frank, David, Nancy.
That prospect was damaged.
Just bring this up here, up 3.3%. Take a look at the daily chart. Again, a lot of positive things to kind of like here.
Is deteriorating. Guzman repeatedly has complained about being held in solitary confinement.
A gap over all the short-term moving averages, the 50, the 5, the 20, boom. So, you know, I think this is a great way to play. I think, you know, personally, kind of seen this story before. I think Amazon, Google, Microsoft are going to continue to ramp into their earnings event, their earnings report, which are for the most part are all next week. So, you know, if you don't want to play those individual names, it is tough. What I like to do is play a lot of call spreads going into earnings. I did that for Google. I took off a Google trade today, which you kind of just had to be patient in. And for the most part, a lot of trades that, you know, looked pretty good. You just had to really exercise patience and stay in them because you really got paid. Sometimes it just takes one day like today where things just really move up quickly and you see a lot of big green candles. You know, if you sat in some of these trades for a couple weeks, you got rewarded just by one day. And that's how it works with options. Sometimes you just sit in these option trades and you just have to be patient and not worry so much about you know, the price of the call option going down. All it takes is that one day, and you know, you can ring the register. So what I was going to say is, being that Amazon and Microsoft, you can't put on you know, really a trade for next week that's going to expire before their options print. I think they both report a day before. I think they both report next Wednesday. Excuse me, next Wednesday or next Thursday. So if you put on a call spread for next week's expiration, you know, you're not going to be able to take that trade off and realize the full amount because, you know, you're going to have that earnings event that comes before expiration. So a good way to kind of play that, to play this maybe a little bit differently, is to play this through the FDN ETF if you think that these names are going to continue to rally a bit. Again, that's Frank, David, Nancy. And you can see the major weightings in Frank, David, Nancy.
We've been investing in blockchain technology
it's the FANG stocks, right? So Netflix is up here as well, which already reported, which, you know, could accelerate to the upside further. But Amazon, Google, if you add the two Googles in here, which is going to come up to about almost 10%, you know, so that's right neck and neck with Amazon. Facebook, PayPal's also up here. Salesforce is also a big weight. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there. That I think that's a great way to kind of play a run. And plus, you don't have to take that trade off before earnings. You know, if you want to actually play Amazon and Microsoft for earnings. Although I don't think Microsoft is actually in this ETF because this is the Internet ETF. But again, very strong looking chart. I think it continues to go higher to the top of value. So again, that ETF was up 3.3%. Also, the biotechs did very well today. The SPI was up 2.5%. You know, the biotechs are in the Qs. The Qs was the major outperformer today, up 2%. And then further, the software names. You know, it's kind of funny because I see a lot of people sending out. I mean, it's not funny that a lot of people are sending out the similar charts. People are saying, "Oh wow, look at this! You know, look at this one. Look at this one." You know, let me break it. Sorry to break it to you, but they all look good. You know, which again, that's a good thing. They all look strong. Look at Adobe, an MACD on a 52-week high. You could go through and look at some of the smaller cap names, NTNX, which saw a little bit of call buying. But listen, the call buying really doesn't matter. They all look pretty strong. They're all being accumulated. NTNX also to a 52-week high. Look at Splunk.
Customers have been asking for something
so
like
you
this.
could take your. My point is here, you can take your pick. Nobody's pulling rabbits out of hats here and saying, "Hey, how'd you find that name?"
So that's really how
there are all these enterprise infrastructure,
5 years ago, we were
application software. They're all strong. Look at Veev is another one that had good earnings. This looks right, I think, for a move into value. Excuse me, for a move higher. Just closed today in value. No MACD crossover yet, but I think looks really good as well. A few other names in this space. Salesforce, which I'm long Salesforce. I think Salesforce looks awesome as well, making its way through the value area. I would watch that basically right around the high. It's probably where I'll look to take that trade off.
Why does it take a month to settle a bank loan? Why doesn't it settle when you and I exchange the loan? So
I'm also long this one. I actually rolled out some May calls to June for this one, but just another name. So again,
we started looking at things like Bitcoin,
they're all doing it. So we'll see. I think that we've got a good chance for continuation here. You know, if we get like an inside day tomorrow, or even a little bit of red, you know, I think you'll get another chance to buy some of these names. But I really think it's take your pick with these names. The option activity was pretty busy in the first half of the day. Kind of slowed down a little bit as we grinded higher.
All things of value.
Masco was a big name outside of tech. That's a name that saw repeat call activity. We saw a little bit of NVIDIA calls that went up. Apple as well. Apple is a trade I just actually took off today. This one I think I could leave on here, but you know, I think it's got maybe one more day before it hits any major resistance. But listen, I'm very happy. I put Apple on a few weeks ago. I put Workday on. So you know, these are the moves that I wanted to basically to get out of the move. And mostly what I did a couple weeks ago is I structured a lot of trades where I sold put spreads and I went long calls. So I'm collecting premium when the VIX was around that 23 level, which now I can't believe it's all the way down to 15.
We think that it's going to.
But when the VIX was around 22, 23, I was selling premium. So really had really getting rewarded for some of those trades. Xerox, there's some chatter about Icon getting involved again.
And B,
we have seen Xerox calls the last couple of days. Pretty small orders. HOLX was a nice looking trade. CCL, I actually took this trade today and it's not working. It reversed. So that's one dinger that I've got for today. Don't like how that kind of ended up for the day. But the cruise lines have been very good on option activity. So I'm willing to
hard for some people to understand why they would pay a premium, but it's been a good
1,500 of the May 65 calls. That was against open interest. The May 4th calls, I think, was an opening trade, so two trades that went up there. Perhaps I might add to that trade tomorrow. Didn't need to go crazy with trades and adding trades today. Baba's continue to see two-way flow, but has started to see more calls go up. There was a real nice trade. VMware, which there was a news headline this morning about Dell may not be going through, I think, with their original structure. So that kind of relieved VMware and it started to move up pretty nicely today. A couple of the MLP names, which we've seen some calls, saw a little bit more calls today. Utility name PCG saw some calls today.
It was about fairly valued.
MGM, which I'm long a little bit of MGM.
Hey guys, there's going to be a correction.
Out in August,
just be ready. And
now moving back up again. Great name to buy on the dips, as it's been a pretty sideways looking chart.
And then at the end of first quarter,
and then probably I think the best trade of the day
we think is a
this
good time
KWEB
to enter.
ETF. This has been, the Chinese internets have been really dead for a while, and I've been saying for this group that really had huge strength, was one of the best, I think the best performing group
when we look back over
year to date, I'm sorry, not year to date, back in 2017, and they've just been kind of troubled this year. Maybe the trade tariff talking, going back and forth, but nevertheless, it's held the 200-day moving average.
Very quickly, just one
it
quick
has not
question.
fired off an MACD crossover yet, so maybe keep an eye on that. But look at the trade that they put. So I did jump into this trade. I think it was the only swing trade that I really added today. August 61 calls. They're giving you plenty of time in this trade. The 61 calls is just a little bit out of the money. So I went right into this particular trade, the 61 calls. If it breaks the 200-day moving average, you could actually use a stop here if you want to. On the options, you should be able to get out and not lose too much premium, considering it's all the way out in August. But I think a pretty good-looking tape, considering how strong the U.S. internet names are. The Chinese internet names, again, haven't done anything, so I think a pretty good trade to get involved in with a nice, easy support level to use if it does not work. So that's the trade of the day. Let me just talk about my strategy and my trades for the day. You can see some of my trades, mainly taking profits. I was long a little bit Twitter. I got out of Twitter. I may look to roll that tomorrow. Workday, I mentioned that one. ATVI, which is another name that we've seen call buying, and the name hasn't done anything. Got going today. Not a huge day, not as big as some of those other software names, but still up 2.6% today, and starting to round the corner here as well.
More than 25,000
but really,
run their business
what I've learned over the years to do on days like this when we're up big is not to, I know everybody wants to kind of, when they see green and they see everything moving, they want to go ahead and buy it. I've been pretty strategic in buying stuff on red days. So today was more about me taking profits in some things today.
Enterprise cloud
like I mentioned, Apple, out of Apple. XLK is a sector ETF that I put on, so really some nice trades today. And I think the only swing trade that I put on was that KWEB ETF. And that's the only thing I bought today. Besides a couple small trades, I put on a little bit of Xerox and a little bit of CCL, but those are pretty small trades. Earnings trades, again, you can see, we've got a channel in Slack dedicated to earnings trades. I did not play IBKR.
Get to know your money.
I was bidding for LAM. I did not get filled, thank goodness. But I did Morgan Stanley and ISRG. The Netflix trade that I did, full boat on that one where I sold put spreads. So anyway, let me just review the S&P chart. Kind of the takeaway from today is once we finally cleared. Now I know Netflix and the earnings were definitely the catalyst and what ignited some of these names, but also the technicals, kind of gave us a nice hint. Once we got over this hump, you can see we've got the big green candle, and we're now back above the 50-day moving average. So, things look pretty good. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to have bumps in the road, but I think taking profits on a day like this, not everything off, but taking a little bit of profits. Again, you're going to need big winners. So a lot of my trades I've left on, but I think on a day like this, you have to take a little bit of money off the table in case you do get a couple red days, and then we'll have a chance to kind of buy some names back.
But you miss a tug of war between
and I think those infrastructure,
first quarter GDP data
those software, enterprise infrastructure, and enterprise software names, they look really good to the upside. They look like they've got more to go. So any type of weakness, I think you can buy those names. Again, this video completely for informational purposes, but that's what I'm looking to do. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, and see you tomorrow back in the trading room.